Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome to a new edition of our program, Africa Today. On the sidelines of the Russian-African Summit in St. Petersburg, the Russian President's Special Envoy for Middle East and Africa and Deputy Foreign Minister Mikhail Bogdanov announced that his country will work on waiving visa with African countries. Russia has enjoyed a warm relationship with African countries since the day of the Soviet rule. Recently, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that they were prioritizing relations with the African countries to build a full strategic partnership that will shape the global agenda. More details.
The Russian President's Special Envoy for the Middle East and Africa, Deputy Foreign Minister Bogdanov, announced that his country will work on waiving visa with African countries. Bogdanov told reporters on the sidelines of the Russian-African Summit in St. Petersburg that they will work on the issue of visa application with African countries. He added that the slogan "Russia's return to Africa" refers to its physical, diplomatic, and official presence in African countries. Earlier, Russian President Vladimir Putin confirmed that developing relations with Africa is a priority for Russian policy and renewed Russia's readiness to contribute to strengthening the sovereignty of the countries of the continent. The second Russian-African summit was held in St. Petersburg on July 27th and 28th. Russian Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs Bogdanov said that the event marks a serious first step towards economic and political return to Africa. The organizers described the summit as the highest level and largest scale event in Russia-African relations, with the aim of bringing about a new level of mutually beneficial partnership between Russia and the continent. Aimed at strengthening Russia's African cooperation on all fronts, the Russia-Africa Summit was held in parallel with the Economic and Humanitarian Forum, which took place also in St. Petersburg from the 27th to 28th of July.
To shed more light on the issue, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Ambassador Gamal Bayoumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Ambassador Bayoumy, good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to you. How are you?
How are you, sir? Ambassador Bayoumy, the Russian President's Special Envoy for the Middle East and Africa and the Deputy Foreign Minister, announced that his country will work on waiving visa with the African countries. What is the significance of such decisions, sir?
There is a sort of a movement from all the developed countries to help the most needy countries.
Yeah.
And Africa, as you well know, is the most needy continent. Although it is the most needy continent, you realize that the money flow from Africa to the other world is much more than the money it receives, because they pay their debts and at the same time they import more than they export.
Yeah.
And this cannot continue, because a poor country cannot continue just sending money abroad.
Of course.
So it was a good initiative of our president when he was the chairman of the African Union, asking the whole world to come and invest in Africa with the Egyptian experience, with our help, and to gain a lot concerning this sort of investment. So we have a very good reaction from Japan during the TICAD conference in Tokyo, the Japan-Africa conference. We got a positive response from the European Union, from China. Now it is from Russia also.
Yes.
And it is very good to show those countries that we are behind them, to help them in order to gain more and more. And by the way, the economic theory, it would say that it is for your benefit to make your partner a little bit richer, so he can also come with you with much more transaction in your favor. So the good movement towards better economy, it will help all, whether the donor or the recipient.
Yes.
I see it like that, and I hope this will continue, because the problem really that Africa has a lot of homework to be done in order to make investment in Africa much more attractive than it is now.
Yeah. Mr. Ambassador, the Russian President Vladimir Putin actually hosted the leaders of Africa in St. Petersburg from the 27th till the 28th of July for the Russian-African summit. Where is Russia's ties with Africa stand from your point of view? And what more will be witnessing in the coming phase, taking into consideration that Russia is now having tense relations with most of the Western countries as well?
It takes two to tango. We say it always like that.
Yes.
From the donor countries, they have to explore the possibility for more trade and more investment and more economic cooperation, not only in economy and the trade, but also in education, in training and this thing. From our side, we have a lot of obstacles we have to deal with, such as our bureaucracy is huge and it doesn't please at all a serious investor. Our banking system needs to be ameliorated. The transport in Africa is not that easy, whether by air traffic or road traffic or maritime traffic.
Yeah.
Many things we have to do as homework in our countries,
Yes.
and then we shall be able to ask our partners in Europe, in China, in Russia, in the Americas, in order to come as partners and invest and trade with us.
Yeah. Sir, how do you see the timing and the importance of the Russian-African summit that took place in St. Petersburg?
Very good, because it fits the efforts of China and Japan and the European Union.
Yes.
But I think the United States is still behind all of this. So Russia came in time, and I hope this will create more forces in order to help Africa, because every single project in any field, it would help other fields also. That's why I don't see any sort of competition between Russia and China and Japan or Europe, because every side of them is helping one sector or another sector. So this will be for the favor of development in Africa as a whole.
Yeah.
Then the whole ship will be moving. Like one good writer said, when you have a ship which is at the seashore, which cannot move, and then 12 men are pushing the ship, then it is moving, it's floating, but you don't know exactly who did it. But the whole effort is in the favor of everybody.
Yeah. Yes. Also, the Russian president said that the trade turnover between Russia and the African countries had increased by almost 35% in the first half of the year 2023. What's your take on that, Mr. Ambassador?
I take it carefully, because 5% of what?
35.
Because the original figure is very humble.
Yes.
So I hope to hear figures and aggressive figures. We are still far from satisfaction.
Yeah.
But we are on the way. I hope that we are on the right way also. And one day or another, we shall be in a better situation.
Do you believe, Mr. Ambassador, that this summit actually was beneficial for the African countries from your point of view?
Absolutely, because there are three dimensions of such a meeting.
Yeah.
First, they listen and they explore the international problems, such as the effect of the Ukrainian war or the epidemic of corona.
Yeah.
They discuss the regional problems between Africans and Africans, or the problems in every country where some citizens of the same country are fighting each other, like what is happening in Sudan or Somalia or Libya. The third is the bilateral, that we are, as we have seen, our president, he has the chance to see every single president who are in the conference, and see how we can benefit on the bilateral level also. Thank God that the president is there with his ministers and some businessmen also. And a good businessman is clever to see the chances and opportunities for more and more investment, because investment is not only government, it is mainly the private sector, and we shall succeed if we convince our private sector everywhere to come and invest in our country.
Yes, hope so. Ambassador Gamal Bayoumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister, always a pleasure, sir, to listen to your precious input. And our dear viewer, the spokesperson of the Presidency, Councillor Ahmed Fahmy, said that Egypt's health initiatives provided 145 million medical services to 90 million citizens across the country. The statement came during a meeting with President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi with the relevant government officials to follow up on the projects of the country's universal health insurance system. More details.
Minister of Health and Population Khaled Abdel Ghaffar said that Egypt looks forward to soon being officially recognized and accredited by regional and global health organizations as the first country to eliminate hepatitis C. According to a statement by the Health Ministry, Abdel Ghaffar's remarks came during his televised speech at the World Health Organization, the WHO meeting in Geneva, celebrating World Hepatitis Day. In July 2020, the Health Ministry announced that Egypt was the first country to successfully eradicate hepatitis C, with several Egyptian landmarks lit up in green to celebrate the achievement. Abdel Ghaffar also reaffirmed Egypt's commitment to treat 1 million African hepatitis C patients and to expand efforts to eliminate viral hepatitis C in Africa as part of the 100 Million Health Initiative extended goals. Launched in October 2018, the initiative was tasked with eradicating hepatitis and non-communicable disease among Egyptians. The initiative included mass screening of all adult citizens for early detection of various diseases and viruses, including hepatitis C, diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. The minister also highlighted Egypt's role in eradicating hepatitis C in 2022 at the global level, explaining that Egypt participated in designing the first set of global guidelines for combating viral hepatitis C in 2021.
Throughout his initiative approach, the Cameroonian artist Joseph Somagini is truly redefining the realm of the artistic creation. Actually, his transformation of waste into stunning sculptures serves as a compelling commentary on the consumption pattern, the waste generation, and the broader environmental impact.
In the vibrant city of Yaoundé, Cameroon, a remarkable transformation is taking shape. Local painter and sculptor Joseph Francis, in his creative ingenuity, is turning discarded materials into captivating works of art, presenting his exhibition La Citadelle des Anciens, or the Citadel of the Elders. Joseph's process of transforming waste into art is not just about creating visually appealing pieces, it is about redefining the very concept of waste. His creations, comprising half man, half animal sculptures, and more, underscore the potential of waste materials to transcend their ordinary existence. The artist shared his thoughts, saying he sees possibilities in waste. His art is about breathing new life into what has been cast aside, and in doing so, provoke thought about consumption and waste. Joseph's latest exhibition, La Citadelle des Anciens, is a testament to his inventive approach. Showcasing a plethora of sculptures made from discarded materials, the exhibition invites viewers to reconsider their understanding of waste and its potential. Joseph's work goes beyond the artistic sphere and subtly pushes for environmental reconscience. By transforming waste into art, he encourages viewers to rethink their consumption habits and the ensuing waste generation. As Joseph continues on his artistic journey, his work embodies a potent message about the life cycle of materials. His ability to reinvent discarded objects into artwork serves as a potent reminder of the endless possibilities that lie within waste. Reflecting on the future of his work, Joseph said he wants to continue exploring the possibilities that waste presents. There is potential in every discarded object, and he hopes to bring that to the fore with his art.
Well, with that, our dear viewers, we come to the end of this edition of Africa Today. You were in the company of myself, Maïs Rabia. Many thanks for watching.